Hello world, how's it going today? Hope you guys are all doing great. So today I wanted to show you guys how I actually built these ponds. Now I know that they've been built for a while, but I'm getting ready to move them, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I put it together so it kind of give you an idea. So let me flip you guys over. I decided I'd give you guys a little video. I've been doing some chainsawing. I told some of you guys I was going to try to do that twofer, but I was prepping them and it got a little hairy, so I had to go ahead and take them down, but they're all down. I still got to cut all that mess up, mulch some stuff back here. But anyways, on to the pond. This is what I've got. I think it's like 180 gallons, 150. I'm not sure. If anybody knows what the wishbone size of these, like the gallons they are, let me know, because I've always been wondering. Then I got these tubs. So let's go ahead and start with the framework. Here, this has actually been going for 2 years. It's survived 2 Indiana winters. It's gotten as low as -40. So what I did is I built this frame out of PVC and kind of just screwed it together. That, because the glue, I didn't know if the glue would hold with the weathering and everything else like that, so the screws made sense to me. And then I filled it up with this foam, like the housing insulation foam. And then on the side, I have more like the padded, the boards of insulation foam. So that made a nice shell for it. And what I did is I stuck these Sterilite tubs in it first, and then just kind of filled up around it. And in between here, there's actually a PVC bar too, to keep the expanding from getting too much, being Sterilite and plastic and water. They go back and forth. Check mark. That's funny, Keltoids. So hello to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. A lot of great people in there. Joshua, July, Ding Tings. I could go on and on and on and on. Keltoids. Okay, and pretty much as far as aesthetics, I added some rock. I made this dry area for like nets and catching stuff. And then in the dirt, I was gonna grow some herbs, which I did 1 year. And as time goes by, like I can just refill this with dirt and I could start growing stuff again. Now let's move on to, well, the shell too. Now the shell is actually plastic PVC, and I just stained it the same as the deck here. And a big reason why I need to move this is the deck needs restained. I did put more footers here, but I would like to have it in a more stable spot. I want to build, like, level this out, flatten it out, maybe put a concrete slab out there, and then have it step down, and then have my fire pit, so that'll kind of be like the patio area, and then a fire pit down here. Thanks, glad you liked the new logo. I was pretty happy with it myself. I'm not sure if I like the circle or the square better. Then for the wood trim, I just screwed these into the PVC. Painted it the same as the deck. I just screwed it right into the PVC frame. Kind of noisy here. Birds are chirping, air conditioner's on. But I needed to get this video done so I could go ahead and get done with all my chores here. So let's get on with the plumbing. Now with the plumbing, I had different valve for each side so I can kind of control the flow. I've got a big mag drive pump in there that's like huge. It's actually more than I needed for this pond. Then I just drilled out holes here for the overflow. So I have all the water coming from here. These are adjustable, so I can adjust the height of them and all that jazz. It's not running now because the silicone on the big pond over on the other side, it needs redone. I would have probably used bungs or something else, like bulkhead something or whatever, fittings. And I would have drilled this bigger. I would have drilled that bigger, kind of like this one. Like the big overflow worked great. And I would stick just a piece of media foam in there so the fish and stuff didn't get sucked down and into the filter. Then I just added a spray bar to this big pond, which made great flow for going over. This has actually been like a couple of weeks with no flow. You can see there's fish in there. There should be some shrimp in here too. Kind of hard to see, but that valve's still red. More fish in here. Oh, I meant to get the food to show you guys what it's like to feed them. One of my favorite things to do with this pond is go out and feed them, because they are always so active with eating and whatnot. And they hit the food hard. Then underneath here I built a sump, and it's got the same PVC frame, but I put a bunch of rock in it. And I took like a storage container bin that had 3 slot drawers, and I cut it out and made a media filter out of it, which I can show you what that looked like here in a second. But I've got it all drained into here, ins and outs, and pumps all the way back. So I did have to get electricity put out here to deal with the 5,000 watts. And all I'm using are these cheap Odessa heaters here. They're 500 watt. Man, these things are grown in. Plants has weighed them down. But the cheap little 500 watt heaters, they work great. Don't cost hardly anything, and you can kind of tell when they go out. The good thing is, if one like side fails, like say this fails or that fails, you're gonna feel it kind of cooler in there. But since it all circulates on the same system, it's not enough to cause problems. And in the winter time, if I did it again, it would be the double carbonate wall I'd just screw onto here and build little feeding holes. But it survived like negative 40-degree weather. I saw a super chat. Foy the Tank Boy, thank you for the super chat. Great you are back. You and Kyle are my favorite fish people. Well, I appreciate that, Foy. Thank you for the super chat. Let me go ahead and show you more of this setup. Now I do have heaters in the filter, which helps a lot because there's rocks in there and it keeps the heat in. And same flow out of there. And I only plug those in during the winter time when it gets really cold. Usually I just run them up here. So I'm not running all 5,000 watts at once. So I can kind of, with them being all single heaters, I can kind of pick and choose how much wattage I want to run. So I'm not dedicated to 5,000 watts all the time. And they got all single valves to shut off the drainage in case like something, I wanted to change something in each one. They're each their own system that if I had to fix or play with something, they were separated. And pretty simple. I mean, I just screwed these in. This is like a drainage pipe you can get. Just screwed it in, didn't really glue that in. And for this, I use this pipe insulation. This is for the winter time. Now I did have issues with like pieces falling off like this or whatnot. You can get some black duct tape and make that a lot nicer. I was always rushing. You guys know how I am with my time and all these tanks. I was trying to get away with the minimum. But that stuff works really great for keeping the heat in. Alright, now you guys got any questions? I'm going to walk up front here real quick and get, I think I got one of those media, what I used in the sump for the media. I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, I'm sweating from all that chainsawing. Can you show us a feeding? Yeah, I can grab my food too real quick while I'm in there. Show you guys these hit. But this is, we got 10 yards of mulch and I've got about 5 left. Front yard's done, but all this needs moved. It's been here for a while. It actually was smoking the other night, about to catch on fire. Yes, I keep the fish through the winter. And in Indiana. And it's pretty cold here in Indiana. Here's the sump, like filtration that I use. So when the water flows, it flows into these bio balls and the ceramic tubes. and then into some foam, and then back out. So a little custom made sump filter. Let me grab some food real quick. Hopefully this connection stays up with us. All right, around the house we go. All right, let's feed some fish. And if you guys got any last questions, let me know. If not, I'll probably hop off here after the feeding here, because I gotta keep going. I've got water to change in the house, and I gotta finish this mulch and stuff, and these trees. All right, super choppy for everyone else. Yeah, it's kind of bad connection. I'm back outside. Let me give it a second before it kicks back on, see if it'll give it a better connection. Alright, anyway, well, they're being all shy now, probably because a tree fell over here. This guy will always eat. No, what the heck? Well, that was probably the worst feeding ever. These little guys, they're eating. Can't see it though because of the reflection. Well, that didn't work very well, but hey, that's live for you. What are you gonna do? You can't control live too much. Hard to edit it. Anyways, can't say I didn't try. So I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Hope you guys learned something and maybe inspired you to do something. And I will have something out for you on Tuesday, Thursday, Q&A on Friday, and Sundays now. That's the goal. But it'll always be that day, those days, and if I miss a day, don't be mad at me. It just may happen. But I'm going to try my best. I have a question. Why are the red lines on my rose line shark faint? Probably because they're not happy. They're either stressed, the water parameters, or the tank mates. It could be all kinds of reasons. It could even just could be the health of it. Could have a bacterial infection, so it could be a few things. I would start with parameters first though. Check those, make sure those are good. Alright, I appreciate all the great comments, you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you, Fish Fam. Thanks for stopping by. Till next time. Peace.